Hey, what's up, Booby Tribe? Today, with all of our combined experience here at Outdoor Vitals, we wanted to cover the top 5 things, one from 5 different people, the top 5 things that we leave home when we're out adventuring. Now, this is all types of adventuring, whether we're car camping, backpacking, or traveling in general. See, at Outdoor Vitals, it's extremely important for us to live ultralight. And basically what that means is that you're consciously choosing the things that bring you value and eliminating everything else when you head out on those adventures so that you can be more light, free, and comfortable when you're heading out that door. All right, so with that, let's dive into the 5 things that you can leave home when you head out on that next adventure.
Nalgene bottles. I don't use Nalgene bottles or any other substantial water container like that, like a canteen or a hydro flask or any insulating bottle. I don't do those. One, they're too heavy for my taste. And they're bulky, and oddly enough, so what I do use is like smart water bottles, like the tall, fairly skinny smart water bottles that are 1 liter, or like the Walmart brand ones, or like Life Water. So I've never had one of those bottles crack, get a hole, or fail in any way, but I've had multiple Nalgene bottles that are supposed to be, you know, super durable. I've had many of them crack and break on me. Whether it's like the actual the body or the lid.
So the one thing that I've learned that I really don't need to bring on any of my trips, whether that's backpacking or on any of my travels, is a big camera. It's just so bulky and heavy and takes up all this extra space in my pack. And really, for anyone that's not a professional photographer or videographer, you really just don't need it. Most people, you're going out and you're gonna film your trip, like if you're traveling somewhere like maybe twice a year, you really don't use that camera any other time. In that scenario, you really just don't need to bring that big camera. Your phone can do it. I promise your phone's camera can grab the quality that you really need, unless you're a professional. So I just bring my phone. I take pictures, I film videos, I do all of that with just my phone, and it works great. And it saves a lot of space and a lot of weight.
It's kind of embarrassing. I used to pack like boots and shoes and a bunch of clothes, but now I just choose a shoe that will do everything that I want for the trip. And then for every pair of pants I have 2 to 3 shirts. So I only have to bring like 1 or 2 shirts per trip.
The best thing to leave behind is like extra sporting goods equipment. Snorkels, surfboards, like different things, like if you're gonna do a glacier tour or something, crampons. Like a lot of times people want to just buy that and pack it with them through their whole trip, but unless you're using it every single day, it's worth renting. If you have a trip planned where you're going to a specific island or beach to snorkel, I think it's worthwhile to make your trip more simple by not hauling extra gear all the way out to your destination, but then also the experience of renting the gear when you're at the destination gives you an opportunity to ask questions and get training from the locals. Usually the gear is better than what you would buy for yourself, since they have to have it work over and over every day. And it's just a more streamlined experience.
All right, so my tip is leave home the rolling luggage. It's way cumbersome. Anytime I've been out dragging it through the streets of wherever I'm at, it's getting caught on things, it's getting stuck in the cracks, I'm dragging it over potholes, it's going through puddles, all sorts of things. Plus when I'm in the airports or places like that, I'm bumping into people. It's another thing that I have to navigate, and it's a huge problem. Plus, usually when you're bringing rolling luggage, you're also checking that luggage. And the last 2 times I have checked luggage, one almost made me miss my airplane because I had to stand there for 30, 45 minutes almost just to hand them my bag. I had already tagged it, weighed it, everything was done. All I had to do was hand them my bag, and I had to stand there for 30 minutes plus. It was longer, I swear. Maybe in my head it was 45, but it was probably really 30. But I hated it, and I was super mad because I had done all the work, and all I had to do was hand them the bag, and it took me 30 minutes, plus I had to go there and pick up my luggage, and I have to wait on that side. The other thing that I checked last actually got lost. They lost my freaking luggage, and I had to go home without it, and they shipped it to me days later. Either way, it was the worst. I hated it. And so I'm a huge proponent of not checking luggage, bringing everything in something like this carry-on right here. So this pack right here is 45 liters. Usually I'd never have to pack this to its brim, and I can get everything I need inside of this. I can go for weeks out of this. I can fly into an area and backpack with this as well as travel on the same trip as long as you're packing ultralight and you're living your life in an ultralight way. So make sure you keep that in mind, eliminate the rolling luggage, and if you're interested in something like this, well, this is the KotaUL and it is coming out next week. So make sure you stay tuned, make sure you're on our email list, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because if you get this when we launch it, you're gonna get some killer pricing on this, and you're gonna get it before anyone else. It's gonna come in a couple colors. I'll kind of tease this out because we're so close at this point. It's gotta come in a black and this green right here. Both are option. You can also see it can compress down. There's lots of really cool, really neat features about this, but back to my point here, eliminate the rolling luggage, simplify your life. When you're conscious about the gear that you're choosing and you're bringing, you're going to be more confident as well, and you're simply gonna go on more trips when you don't have to pack cars full of stuff sometimes, or pack up that rolling luggage. So if you found value in this, make sure you hit the thumbs up, leave a comment on what you leave home on your trips, and we'll see you in a week when the KotaUL launches.